Are your floorboards and skirtings looking dull, dusty, and just plain tired? Let's bring them back to life with no streaks or no damage. Hi everyone, I'm Matthew Scott, the founder of Spritzen, and today we're going to be cleaning and dusting floorboards like a pro. Fast, satisfying, and suitable for any type of surface. Take out some pen and paper because we need to get a couple of things before we begin. A flat mop with a couple of mop heads and a wringing bucket. We're also going to need some microfiber cloths, maybe about 2 of them. And we're also going to need a bit of hot water in the wringing bucket and just a standard floor cleaner. And if you really want to get fancy, you could get a polish for the floor and the skirting boards. Silly me, almost forgot. You're also going to need a vacuum and a floor-friendly brush vacuum head. Step 1, clear your workspace. Remove rugs and slide furniture aside. Dust hides in corners and edges, so you want full access. Use your vacuum's brush attachment to get every edge and baseboard. Pet hair and lint tend to cling here. A quick vacuum pass makes dusting much easier. Now grab your microfiber mop. Work with the grains of the boards, short overlapping strokes, not circles. You'll see the layer of dust disappear almost instantly. For the best results, you want to consistently replace the mop heads or shake them out consistently, because if you leave the dust on there, you're essentially just spreading the accumulation of dust from the mop into other areas of your home. The last thing you want on your skirting boards and your floorboards is a residue buildup, because that will attract more dust and more grime over time, requiring you to have to clean it more frequently. This is why I only use half a cap of cleaning solution per gallon of hot water when I go cleaning the floors and the skirting boards. This is why I like flat mops and wringing buckets in particular, because once you've got the solution on, you can wring it out once and it leaves just the right amount of moisture on the fibers of the mop head when you start cleaning everything. When you do your wet mopping, like all the other techniques, you want to follow the wood grain, because if you go against it with the moisture, what can happen is fluid can overflow into the gaps between each of the slats, and then that can accumulate with fluid underneath, causing a buildup of mold and potentially warping the floorboards over time. Once you've wet mopped the floors and the skirting boards, you repeat the process with a fresh, dry microfiber head. Now let's just say that you've used up all your microfiber heads for the dusting and the wet mopping. Well, you can get rid of that one, and this is where the microfiber cloths come in handy. Neatly fold them over the top of the head of the mop, and then get a couple of elastic bands and wrap them over each side. You can then continue to dry up any excess moisture from the floorboards along the fibers to make sure none of it seeps between those floorboards. Now let's just say you've cleaned all your floorboards and you've noticed a couple of really grimy areas that the microfiber mop just is not taking care of. In this situation, you can use 1 cap of vinegar plus 10 ounces of water in a spray bottle plus the soft side of a sponge to agitate the area to remove that excess grime. Now, some cleaning experts would say, hey Matthew, you shouldn't use vinegar on skirting boards or floorboards because the acidity could damage them. If you're using it in a diluted amount, small amounts, and you only use it to get rid of stubborn grime, it is forgivable and it's not going to damage the boards long term. The only time it becomes an issue is if you use diluted vinegar or just flat out straight vinegar on your floorboards and you clean like that consistently. That's when you can come into a problem. You might also notice that I have the scrub mummy with the rough area. You do not use the rough area on those floorboards. You use the soft area to do firm agitation if needed. Here's the before and the after. Notice how the floor looks warmer, the grain cleaner, and there's no haze left behind. Now that's a true clean. Now if you want to go the extra mile and make your floorboards look absolutely incredible, then you can get a bit of the floorboard oil suitable for your type of floorboards and then spray a little bit along the floors and repeat the mopping process with a microfiber mop one last time. Each floorboard and each floorboard oil has different instructions, and there's a variety of them, so be sure to read those instructions before taking action on anything, just to make sure you don't accidentally stain your boards. Pro tip, if you have access to large window panels and sunshine, be sure to open everything up and have a look and make sure there are no streaks throughout the entire home. Natural light is perfect for this. Turning the lights on where no natural light is present can be helpful. but it doesn't do as good of a job, unfortunately. All right, everyone, so let's recap. So you've moved your furniture out of the way, you've vacuumed your floorboards and your skirting boards, then you've mopped everything, then you've dried everything with a microfiber cloth. And then if you want that extra shine, you've added a bit of the floorboard oil to the area and redone it one more time. Now, this shouldn't have to be done any more than once every 6 weeks, unless there is a large amount of foot traffic, like you've got a family of 4 that's running around, then you're gonna have to mop it at least once a week. To maintain this extra shiny look, you wanna dust at least once every 2 or 3 days. Without all that, you're probably gonna be doing this deep clean once a month on average, but it does vary from household to household. So if you've been finding my cleaning tips useful, feel free to give me a like, a subscribe, hit the bell thing, and I will see you next time. I'm posting 2 to 3 videos a week, plus 2 shorts every single day. So feel free to keep an eye out and I can continue helping you out. See you all next time. One last thing before you go, if you are looking to remove furniture dents from your carpet quickly and effectively, my Forcum Furniture Mark removal set is available on spritzenproducts.com. You can click the link in the bio too, and it will solve all of your problems when it comes to making your carpet look fresh and beautiful.